You will make it through. The fitra is awake in you. With Quran and Sunnah by your side, here's a place where it will thrive. You will make it through. You will make it through. The fitra is awake in you. With Quran and Sunnah on his side, here's a place where it will thrive. You will make it through. With Quran and Sunnah on his side, here's a place where it will thrive. You will make it through.
Alhamdulillah, wa salat, wa salam ala wa rasulullah. I want to welcome everybody to our Aqidah class. And this is our class on, and I got the wrong background. Give me a second to switch it. I do it every time. Okay, yeah, there we go. That's the class for today. Sorry. This is our class on diluting el-wala wal-bara. For those of you who have not yet purchased the book, in fact, the whole series, this whole trilogy, you want to get over to Amazon.com, because even when I'm through with this, which is the third or the final of this trilogy, we'll be going right back to volume 1, the first book, which is Get to Know Your Lord. And all of the books by Kareem Abu Zayd, they're $19.99. When you buy the books, the money goes not in anybody's pocket. It goes to help pay for Sunnahfollowers.org, which is the online school that is an international school that Sheikh Kareem Abu Zayd's put together, that every one of you who live in America who have children, I don't care if you Arab, I don't care if you're non-Arab. I don't care if you're Pakistani. I don't care if you're from Sudan. I don't care if you are from the moon or Antarctica. And by the way, let me do a shout out. A shout out for my 4 sisters. We got 4 sisters in Antarctica who come in, and are you guys here? Yeah, they're tuned in now. Assalamu alaikum. Is it cold there? Did you see Saint Nick, whatever they call that fat man, Nicholas, whatever his name is? I don't even remember his name. But anyway, Mr. Claus, and I ain't talking about the original vampire Claus. That's different. He's Viking. My bloodline. Wa alaikum salam. Yeah, it's good to see y'all. The weather is not too bad, alhamdulillah, mashallah. I guess it's the norm. Yeah, well, I just want to let you guys know, anybody that's living here in America, you need to put your kids, consider putting your kids in Sunnahfollowers.org, because I'm telling you, the world is bad and it's going to get worse and worse and worse. There's even problems with the Muslim schools. Y'all know that. We got the big problem of racism. And I hate to say it, but it ain't no lie. Everybody here know, the Muslim schools are filled with racism. Oh, yeah, if you black, I'm sorry. If you black or from Africa, you ain't got nothing coming. Even if you a dark Arab or a dark Arab, you ain't got nothing coming. Oh, yeah, I get the stories from these Islamic schools about the racism and the bullying that goes on because you're black in color. It's a shame. But like I said, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said we take on the behavior of the kafirs, and that's why he sent this war. And it ain't going away. If y'all think it is, you're highly deluded. So get the book. Get all the books, because this is now part of Sunnah Followers curriculum. This is my Aqidah class, and this curriculum consists of going over this trilogy, get the right belief system, because that's what we need to do, is work on strengthening our belief in Allah. And today we move to the next chapter. pages 250. Oh, I forgot. Pages 253 to 256 in the book. That's the next chapter. And I'm telling you guys, we spent the past 2 weeks discussing how Allah is the one who gave us knowledge of technology. And because of that, we're now able to make connections with Muslims around the world who are like us, who are those that are upholding the Quran and the authentic Sunnah. Okay? And this is very much needed because, as you know, looking around you, look at your mosque, look at the women that come to your mosque. And I said, I'm going to talk about that all the time. You know, you Muslim women are not dressed properly. You're naked. You're naked. You know, your hijabs do not cover your breasts. You're wearing these new fashion abayas. Oh, yeah. New fashion abayas where they're beautiful and long, come all the way down to the floor. They even got the bat wings like I have, but they have a drawstring right at the upper waist part so you can draw it in and show your breast. Or they come with belts, or they come as a two-piece, the long abaya, and then a jacket over it that's open right conveniently at the breast. Astaghfirullah, sisters, y'all need to stop wearing that crap. And I know it's coming from out of Dubai. Okay, the places in Dubai make that stuff. You know, astaghfirullah, you are dressed but still naked. And remember, the top of your feet. This is the summertime. You sisters, you cannot wear open-toe shoes. The top of your feet must be covered. If you're going to wear sandals, wear closed-toe sandals. Get you some clogs. Get you some mules like I wear. They come in all, they can get them off Amazon. Beautiful colors. Nice size heels too. Okay. So it's hard for us, those of us whose fitra has been awakened, those of us who have reaffirmed our journey back to Allah. It's hard for us to maintain the light within our heart when we're living in an environment where people are devoid of faith. There's no faith, or even if they're Muslim, they're not practicing the religion correctly. They have no fear of Allah. Those women that walk out around like that and hang out with the men on the executive boards of y'all's mosque. What is going on here? A couple of mosques got a woman president. Woman imam. You know, nobody got time for this fitting. Okay? So it's hard for us to reach out and find like-minded individuals like us. And that's what this next chapter of the book speaks about. How we can take advantage of this internet. Long as we keep al-wala wal-bara, allegiance and disassociation in practice, we can reach out to find like-minded practicing Muslims like us. Because we, those of us who are practicing this religion, adhering to the laws of Allah, with the understanding of those companions, we are the strangers. The strangers. And that's what this whole chapter is about. How the strangers of the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which is you, me, us, who are trying to adhere to Sirat al-Mustaqim with the correct understanding of those companions, not fatwa, not mathab, not sheikh, or none of that crap. We can take advantage of this internet and hold firm together on that rope of Islam. So let's put the PowerPoint up on the screen for tonight's discussion. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, sister. Yeah, don't worry about it. You don't have the book yet? Don't worry. Yeah, go to Amazon, amazon.com. This is how the book looks. That's why I got the picture here. Diluting El Wala Wel Bera. This is part of the Unveiled trilogy. And unveiled it is. This is volume 2, which speaks about awakening your faith in a non-faith centered environment. The book is written by Kareem Abu Zaid. Type Kareem Abu Zaid's name and then Diluting Wala Wel Bera. It'll pop up. Okay. Yeah. But for now, since you don't have the book, don't worry. I got the PowerPoint. And what I want everybody to do, especially the new sisters here, when I put the PowerPoint up, take screenshots with your cell phone and print it out and then staple them together and you have it together. Okay. And then when you get the book, you can attach them to the book, staple them to the book. Okay. Paper clip them to the book. Don't staple them to the book. Clip them to the book because you want to keep this book in good condition. All right. So, okay. Yeah. So let me screen share the PowerPoint. Yeah. So don't worry about it. Hold on, let me start off with my, you know, I'm running a Zoom room too. Yeah, so that's why I have to do this because I've got people, a lot of people in Zoom for the new sisters who want to. So, okay, now I'm getting ready to come back to you, sisters. Don't worry. My little new people. Yeah, these are not new shahadas. They're just new sisters. Where are you guys from? South America? Oh, South Africa. Yeah, I was looking at the stats on YouTube. I have a lot of people following me from South Africa. So you sisters are the ones, some of the ones from South Africa. Mashallah. They said that, yeah, I'm pretty popular there. A lot of the Muslims like me in South Africa. Mashallah. May Allah bless you all and forgive you of your sins. Ameen. And please keep me in your dua because y'all know I'm dealing with a lot of drama. Oh, yeah. Well, alhamdulillah, y'all saw what happened yesterday with the non-Muslim. Well, we figured out the phone system. I got a professional executive secretary now. Inshallah, Sister Mina. So that shouldn't happen anymore. He can't call me anymore. And y'all know he been trying to call on day and night because I can look at the logs. He's still trying to call and harass us, but none of the calls are coming through. Thank God, because they drove me crazy. But guess what? When I woke up this morning, they was knocking on my door talking about they want to talk to me about the baptism. I said, that's against the law where I live. There's not supposed to be any soliciting here where I live. I said, you come to my house again, I'm calling the po-po. I said, y'all seen the movie Medea? I said, I'm like Medea. I said, I'm going to call the po-po. They ran down them steps so quick. Oh, yeah. So we got to deal with the non-Muslims now. And that's all of this goes hand in hand. A lot of people might say, why is it, that we're going through so much fitting on this internet? Y'all see what I'm dealing with every day. Allah, we're learning about the fitra. You're learning the truthfulness of Islam. And every day, Shaitan is sending one of his denizens in here. Well, Allah is trying to tell everybody something, including me, that we have to remain firm. That it's going to come. The dawah will come with a lot of challenges. There'll be a lot of tests. There'll be people to attack you, to slander you and all of that, but we still have to be resilient because inshallah, we are the strangers of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What do I mean by that? Well, let's talk about it. For those of us whose hearts have been awakened and we live in non-Islamic societies, the sisters in South Africa, the sisters in the United Kingdom, in Europe, here in America, Australia, South America, we find that we're in societies where faith is not the majority. We are the minority. Listen to what the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said. He said, Islam began as something strange, and it will return back to being strange. So blessed are the strangers. What is the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam speaking about? He wasn't speaking about his companions, because his companions, they were upon Siratul Mustaqim. The religion, Islam, was not distorted then. And so many of them asked him, who are the strangers? And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, these are the brothers and sisters of our nation that will come in the later years. Those brothers and sisters that I will never get to meet in this world. That's when he said, good news, good news, good news to those strangers. And what makes us strange? Because we are in the minority. And because we're practicing Islam the way Allah commanded us to, we have little support from our local communities, because most of the Muslims in our communities are innovating or deviating. And also, what makes us a minority is the fact that the principles of allegiance and disassociation, most Muslims don't even know what they mean. Don't know what wala wal bara is, more or less how to live it. But we cling to it. We understand what allegiance and disassociation is. This is why we don't join them in their gender reveal parties. Because this is something that is not a part of our culture, which is Islam. Our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us how to welcome a baby into this world. And it doesn't consist of a gender party. This is what the non-Muslims do. So we distance ourselves for that. So we don't attend the mosque for that stuff. We distance ourselves from those conferences that the imam puts on in the community, where he has these female speakers sitting on stage with him and other men talking about Islam in the presence of men, showing off their perfume, showing off their beautiful abayas that emphasize the breast, and flipping their hijabs around as if their hijab was a ponytail. So we disassociate. We don't do that. Free mixing. We don't do that. So we disassociate from the mosque. We don't go to those events. So, wala wal bara is our guiding light. And wala wal bara is what keeps us strong. Wala wal bara is what keeps us upon the straight path. But we feel alone. We feel isolated. We're alone. Subhanallah. We want to have sisters that we can sit down and break our fast with, who are not going to be sitting there taking off their hijabs. We want to be around sisters who pray the way we pray, and who don't say, well, I'm on my period, but it's been 10 days, so I'm still going to pray with you. Oh, no. So these are the strangers, guys. We're the ones who are trying to live and honor the traditional Islam. And the other people look at us and make fun of us. They call us fanatics. They call us terrorists. They call us extremists. They laugh at us because we obey Allah and make our voices loud when we speak publicly. They laugh at us. So these are the strangers. But thanks to the internet, there's no reason for any of us to be isolated, because we can harness the power of the internet and connect with people who are like us, just like you all have done here with Sunnah followers. I made Sunnah followers back in 1986 because I was a stranger. living in a place where no Muslims lived for real. And the closest mosque was an hour away, and the women was in the mosque without a hijab on. And they called me a fanatic. Okay? So alhamdulillah, thanks to the internet and websites such as Sunnah Followers, you can now harness that power and cultivate strong connections with other like-minded people around the world. For example, my 4 students, my 4 sisters in Antarctica, I've never met them, but mashallah, they say that Islam is very strange where they are. Okay? But alhamdulillah, they love logging in on the internet, making this connection with me, and I don't care what the time zone is. Some of you sisters come in here complaining about the time zone. Let me talk about it. If you're sincere and wanting to learn your deen, you will adjust your life to it. Like these sisters in Antarctica are doing. They don't care if it's 3 in the morning, they here. They schedule their time. They schedule their chores around learning this deen because, like they said, the knowledge ain't there. The knowledge ain't there in Antarctica. The true knowledge is not there. And they don't want no broke down version of Islam. They don't want no interfaith version of it. And they don't want that hatred against women, oppression against women version. They want a female to teach them because they're female. So they don't complain about the time difference. But some of you sisters come in my Zoom room complaining. Take them complaints somewhere else. Allah has allowed us to harness the power of the internet and connect with people who believe like us. Allah allows us to make that connection. And together we can help each other to face the challenges posed by our non-Islamic societies. Through that connection, we can create a collective identity that thrives on La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, not Mandur Rasulullah. But even still, with this greatness of the internet, we still need that physical contact too. And that's why it's important, even if we are an online community like Sunnah Followers, that we make spaces where we can gather together. That's why I told you guys, the next thing I'm working on, I'm trying to get it together. If we can get enough donations, if you guys would donate on a regular basis, and I'm talking, we need $2,000 a month to pay for this website. $2,000 a month. This is an Islamic school. This ain't no chat room. This is an online university. Legit. Okay? Non-profit. If you guys would send the donations in, the next step that we would like to do is put on Sunnah follower conferences. Just like Sheikh Kareem does his AIM conference. You guys see the brothers there. Sheikh Atlee is a part of that. Jamali is a part of that. But I would like to put on some for us sisters, the Sunnah followers sisters, where it's just me, Laila Nasheeba, and my Bantus coming to meet you sisters live and in person, to sit down and talk with you, to teach you live, to interact. And then we'll have Jamali and Sheikh Morsi and Mukhtar and them for the men. Okay? But we need money for that. But it's important. It's still important for us to have that. All right? So, by living well better, this is how we cultivate that feeling of brotherhood, that feeling of sisterhood. And we can do it right here on this internet, like my Zoom room. We got sisters in my Zoom room of all different ages. I got some young women. I got old women, different parts of the world. Some of them are in Europe. Some of them are here in America. I got some in Canada. Okay. But we connect. We stay logged in that Zoom room 24 hours. We talk. We share our problems. We ask for solutions from each other. All because of allegiance. Where is our allegiance? Our allegiance is to the Muslims, no matter where they are, no matter what color they are. And then we got allegiance, which underpins love. It emphasizes how we're supposed to love each other for the sake of Allah. Overlook each other's faults, see the good. We're supposed to, because of our love for Allah and our devotion to the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, this is what helps us to build strong, diverse relationships with each other. And everything is based on La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, wal bara, the Quran and the Sunnah. Because the strangers need that. We need each other because we have no one around us to fall back on. When I have my anxiety attack, what do? When y'all saw me have a meltdown yesterday, when that non-Muslim kept calling me and made my anxiety go off. Fresno, that's all y'all kept hearing. Fresno, Fresno, get the boys, get the boys. Fresno, Fresno, get your boys, get your boys. Fresno don't live nowhere near Layla. Fresno live in Fresno, California. What's she gonna do? She over 3,000 miles away. But that's all I could think. But didn't she get on that mic? She came in here. We can't connect physically, but she came in here. What's wrong? Who bothered Layla? Her son was in the background. What she need? And her daughter came in and said, I'll take care of it. Give me the password to the account. I'll go in there and figure out how to make it so these people can't call your phone no more. That's how the strangers are. I couldn't have called nobody here. I don't have no, I got sisters here like Sister Maisha and them. But I'm saying I couldn't have called the mosque down the street from me. I don't know anybody at the mosque down the street. And they probably would have told me, what can we do? Okay. But subhanAllah, because of that love for each other, we reached out. Norto reached out. She came from Kentucky. She got on there and called another sister. And then we figured it out finally. So again, the strangers, we have to have that connection with each other because it's hard, to deal with the fitna of life if you're by yourself. And for the strangers, Allah's laws and Allah's rules serve as the path to our ultimate happiness in this non-faith-filled world. We cling to his rules, his laws, his commands. And when it comes to implementing them, we implement those laws. We implement those commands with the understanding that those original companions had. That's how we find happiness in this non-faith-filled environment. And our hearts are devoted to Allah, devoted to the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, not our families. If our families stand in the way of our fitra growing, we know how to distance ourselves from them. If our jobs compromise the fitra, we know how to find another one. And we know that Allah will help us through it. Because whenever we sacrifice for Allah, Allah will always give us better. So the strangers, who are the strangers? They're the ones who live their lives each day, not caring what others think. All they're concerned with is what Allah thinks of them. They extend their love to their fellow believers for the sake of Allah, driven by their desire to uphold the purity of their faith. That's why anybody else, that's why I took that video down too, because anybody else probably would have looked at what happened and laughed. You know what I mean? People could have made fun of me because I had an anxiety attack on TV. I freaked out. That was a real, y'all saw it. That was real anxiety. I take medicine for that. Anybody else would have laughed. These sisters didn't laugh. They came in here and got on that mic, was like, wait, what? Hold on. Give us the password. Look. They was ready. What did Maisha say? I'm on my way over there, Layla. Maisha was getting ready to come over my house. That's our love for the sake of Allah, driven by our desire to uphold the purity of our faith. We turn away from heedlessness. We turn away from nonsense. We keep ourselves focused on the ultimate goal of paradise. Listen to what the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said. He said, whoever has 3 characteristics within himself, this is the person that will taste the sweetness of faith. Number 1, you have to love Allah and his Prophet more than anyone or anything else, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Number 2, you have to love others only for the sake of Allah. And number 3, you have to hate even the idea of not being a Muslim. When we learn to love for the sake of Allah, that makes it easy to let go of things, to let go of people. And if we hate the idea of not being a Muslim, that keeps us from transgressing the limits by posting up pictures on the internet of how you used to look back in the day when people shouldn't see that. So the strangers, they not only embrace the challenges that come with their unique position in these faith-deficient societies, but we're also driven by our desire to actively contribute to this deen. The strangers recognize that their mission extends beyond personal commitment. Instead, it goes further than that. It's about restoring the faith and restoring the moral integrity. It's about calling the people back to Islam in its truthfulness, despite the opposition. And that's what we've been doing here at Sunnah Followers since 1986. That's why I will never, ever, ever please the people by making my voice sound like Nicki Minaj and these other women that y'all listen to on the internet. I will keep my voice loud and intimidating like Allah commands in the Quran for the believing women. Because I'm trying to call you back to the traditional Islam, not to today's Islam. Okay? Also, the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, again, he said the religion began as something strange. It will go back to being strange. So blessings are for the strangers. And who are the strangers? They are the ones who will restore my sunnah that has been distorted by those who come after me. Be careful who y'all make fun of. I keep telling y'all, we are protectors of the sunnah. We are restorers of the sunnah. How is it that this website's been around since 1986? Because Laila Nasheeba refuses to become just like any other filthy woman. I am here to protect and restore the sunnah that's been distorted by all you who've come after him, who've done the opposite. So those are the strangers, guys. And again, when the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam made this statement, the companions, they couldn't imagine who would do that. And the Prophet let him know this is what will happen in the later generations. They will make rules and laws that oppose what I've said, what I've commanded you to do. But there will always be a handful who will try to uphold my sunnah, those are the strangers. That's what each and every one of you should be striving to become, a stranger. And what I want you sisters to do tonight, this is your homework. I want you to sit down after you put those kids to bed tonight. And I want you to ask yourself, are you a stranger? Are you a person who is restoring the true Islam? Or are you a person that's calling the people away from it with your waistbands and your abayas, with your sitting on talk shows with men, sitting there at the, with men intermingling at conferences, standing up on stage with your soft voices, flipping those hijabs like it's a braid? Are you a stranger? And if you are honest enough and tell yourself, no, you're not, then you need to change. Change before it's too late. So I'm going to stop right here. That's and this is what this whole